What's up, all you sick fucking perverts? Don't you just love love? The Love Shop has everything you need to feel the love in the air, or in between your legs, wherever you want, really. They've got everything from vibrators, lubes, lingerie, and even full-sized sex dolls. Wow, I guess love really does come in all shapes and sizes. Visit loveshop.ca/sexedwithtim and use code SEXEDWithTim at checkout for 15% off the whole store. And the best part is that they ship all over Canada, US, and what? Ireland? To all my whores in Dublin, top of the morning to ya. That's loveshop.ca/sexedwithtim and check out code SEXEDWithTim for 15% off the entire store. Now get to fucking. The Sex Ed with Tim podcast is recorded on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaty, signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands.
You're listening to Sex Ed with Tim.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. I'm your host, Tim, certified sex educator. I identify as a chaotic homosexual, and if a crocodile was HIV positive, what would they take for it? I guess that medicine would be called Gatorades?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
No, that's good.
Cancel me! Oh my goodness, to all my fellow loyal listeners, that beautiful laugh you hear on the other end of the mic is none other than my extremely gorgeous and hot and sexy guest who I one day hope to be in between his legs. Mr. Kevin Chadwin Davis Jr.
Yes.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you on, but before we get started, please tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, you may have a chance in between my legs, for sure.
I promise it'll be great.
I can only imagine. My name is Kevin. I'm 27, and yes, that rhymes. I just noticed that. And I live in Dallas, Texas. I met Tim on the app called Moan, where we talk about all sex positive things, and I'm super excited to be here. And also, what I've been doing with my life for the past 4 years is working in the HIV and PrEP space, and also advocating for sex workers, and now monkeypox. I am fully...
You're pro monkeypox.
I'm not pro monkeypox.
You're advocating for it?
Yeah, well, as we all know and have seen, it's been a hot mess when it comes to monkeypox, and I try to stay as educated and as up to date with resources as possible. So I would say I'm an advocate now that I've finally been released from quarantine and have been dealing with my diagnosis. And yeah, it's been a lot.
Oh my god. This whole monkeypox nonsense is like, I have a lot of opinions on it, and the straight people will be mad if they hear it, but I don't care about their feelings, so fuck you all. But let's talk about monkeypox first, because that seems to be a hot button issue at the time of this recording, and what it has to do with the sinners like us, the gay ones, the ones who are always at the blame of this, the scapegoats, which is like such bullshit, because the virus does not discriminate, but for whatever reason, like, they're targeting, like, media headlines target gay men specifically. So can you tell us a little bit about your experience with monkeypox first? Like, you know, how have you been?
It's kind of crazy how similar monkeypox is with HIV, especially when it comes to
The
like
narrative.
the blaming. Yes, and although it is predominantly men who have sex with men that do acquire monkeypox, we are not the only ones acquiring it. children are acquiring it, women are acquiring it, everyone's acquiring it. So it's once again, it's similar to HIV in the fact that it doesn't discriminate against skin color, sexual orientation, or gender identity. So that's been a frustrating part dealing with it, is the stigma that comes attached to it now, because of the misinformation and just the lack of knowledge that we have about it. People are automatically assuming if we went to a gay event we have monkeypox, and that's just really not the case. I got monkeypox about a month ago because I don't know. Like I didn't go
You
to
don't
a
know.
gay event, and I wasn't having multiple sexual partners, and I was being a good boy. So
You're behaved.
I
You're
was
going to
behaving.
church. You're singing your gospels.
Maybe not church. That seems to
The
be an
Church
issue in our
of Lady
community.
Gaga. The Church of RuPaul.
Right. And it really has to do with one, lack of intelligence, and two, just ignorance about the whole thing. My experience with monkeypox, I think, has been kind of easier compared to some. I had about two lesions, one in my groin area and one on my head right here, that have all fully healed,
Oh.
have gone away. But the most dramatic one was probably in my groin. But that one has fully healed and has gone away after a few weeks of isolation and just taking care of myself. And yeah, I think, as long as you are just aware of how your body's talking to you. And like myself, I was coming to see Tim in Toronto, and I had to turn my ass around. I had to turn my ass around to come home because I listened to my body and I'm like, something's not right. So, I drove all the way back to Dallas from Detroit and got tested, and yeah, here I am.
Oh God. So, like, what was going through your head, like when you got the diagnosis? Were you like, "How did I get it? Is it gonna hurt?"
No, one thing that was going on in my head was, oh my God, it's syphilis. Like
No.
that. I've,
We've all had it.
I've, I've had syphilis quite a few times, and I know what syphilis looks like, and it's very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And so at first I was like, damn it. I'm like, I got syphilis again. I really need to chill out. But it seemed different because with syphilis, I never really experienced any like fevers or chills or any sickness. It was really just the initial lesion. So I noticed all these feelings I was having with my body, and then the emergence of bumps on my body, and getting tested for it was a different experience for me because honestly, I felt like I was living in the HIV of my time, if that makes sense. Because
Yes.
I
The
wasn't alive in
unknown.
the 80s,
Yeah.
kind of navigating what it looks like to not have resources and not have testing and not have vaccines and not have any of that. And so when I went to the hospital to get tested, it really was like I was walking into like, I don't even know how to explain it, because when I walked into the hospital, no one was wearing PPE, no one's wearing masks,
Oh
no
my
one,
God.
dead serious. Dead serious.
No.
And as soon as I walk in and they say, "What are you here for?" And I'm like, "I have an appointment because I think I might have monkeypox." They instantly put on their goggles, masks, gloves, the whole thing, as if I was like a walking plague. And it made me, and it's crazy because I had a room waiting for me. Like
Mm.
I skipped the waiting room, I skipped all of that nonsense, and I went straight to isolation. And although that was good, I hate waiting in waiting rooms. I really felt, like, oh shit, like these people really think I'm gonna, kill them or something. you know,
I
it was
just
very
might.
stigmatized. Yes. And as far as we come with HIV and testing takes about 15 to 20 minutes most times, and I was there for 4 hours. So
You're
from
serious?
walk
Oh
in to
my
walk out.
God. 4 hours?
Yes.
That's
4
insane. There's so much I
hours.
could do in 4 hours. I could be taking dick in 4 hours. But
Me
like,
too.
right? But oh, that's such a pain. And also, if I remember correctly from your stories, you got monkeypox while on the road, right? Like, so there's so much like confusion.
There really is. And originally I thought that, but then I look back on my timeline and I realized that before I left Dallas, I did have like a bump in my groin area. I thought it was a hair follicle, because I shave and
Right.
stuff. So
Mm.
I thought it was a hair follicle, and I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal.
Oh,
You
you shave.
know,
Good to know. Okay, good to know. Oh.
I trim.
Okay, okay. No, that's still good to
Yeah,
know. I don't care. I'm all
I don't
for
have
all
a bald
hairstyles.
head.
This episode, I wish, was sponsored by Manscaped, but
Hey, one day it could be.
one day. But right now, this episode
Yeah.
is sponsored by B Vibe and Lawan. Get your sex toys 20% off. Sex it with Tim at checkout. Hey.
Yeah.
Uh, so
We need to work
like,
on the sponsorships.
yes, come through sponsorship. Now,
Yes.
where does all this narrative come from that it's supposed to be gay men that are at the forefront of the blame? Because it, like, we know it doesn't discriminate, but for whatever reason, it's still going to be us that are being scapegoated. I recently saw a headline that was like, men who have sex with men are reported to have monkeypox, and this is from the World Health Organization, and at the very bottom of the article, it was like, this is not an excuse to discriminate because a virus does not discriminate based on whatever. So why is it that we are being the crux of, why are we bearing the crux of the blame, even with HIV or any sort of like new virus or infection?
I think it's because people that come from a medical standpoint don't know what it's like to be on the community standpoint. So they don't know how to communicate in a way that we understand. And so when it comes to things like this, when it comes to HIV, when it comes to monkeypox, they are basing things on medical terminology and medical diagnosis. And they just go based off of statistics, facts. And the fact is that we are predominantly the people that acquire the disease. And that is just, it is what it is. But the way that they communicate it to the public is the issue. And I get it and I don't. Because if we haven't learned anything from HIV, why are we doing this? Like, there's people still using stigmatizing language to reference HIV, like saying infection and saying you're infected and things like that. There's a different way to say it to the
Calling us
public.
dirty or whatever, clean.
Right. And those words are stigmatizing too regarding any illness. And it's,
Yeah.
I see so many people online and through TikTok and other social media places that are like on the brink of suicide because of monkeypox. Because one, they can't leave their house for a month. They literally put you into a scare tactic. Basically saying that you can't leave your home for 3 + 4 weeks. You can't touch your dog. You can't walk outside your door. But it's none of, like, that's not true. And as things become more emergent, people are starting to share, it's less likely for you to go to the store. It's like, I'm like, get all that together first before you start sending people into a hysteria and using medical terminology with people. Because when you hear infected, you think, oh shit. Like, that's just, it is what it is. I think instantly, like, Quarantine the movie, where they put,
Oh my god. That movie really was a cultural reset for all of us.
Yes. You can't say that to people like that. You can't say that to heteros because they're instantly gonna throw
Freak
it
the
in.
fuck out.
Oh yeah, I know. And it's like when you
weak
add those
breeders.
when you add the medical terminology towards a specific demographic of people, discrimination instantly happens. Like it's just human nature. Okay, and there are some good things about that and some bad things. But in regards to the gay community and people that are like us, it hurts us and leads people to want to commit suicide. And like, it's just not okay. And I think it takes young people like us to walk the walk and talk the talk. And absolutely. And people will start listening to us as long as we have the courage and, the strength to do so.
Exactly, to raise your voice, to do that thing that Whoopi Goldberg did in Sister Act with your booty up in the air. Hail, Holy Queen. Truly, gay people need to raise our voice and, like, just say, stop blaming shit on us. Fuck. And I'm also wondering then, are men disclosing their sexual orientation when they go get a positive diagnosis? Because how would the medical community know that this person had sex with another man?
They basically force you to answer that question.
What?
Yes, it's part of in Dallas County anyway, but I'm sure it's that way in every county. They all reflect each other.
It's the Bible Belt. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Are you a sinner?
Basically, but I'm okay with that. But a lot of
I'm okay with going to hell.
Oh yeah, a lot of the questions they ask you are reference to one, who you're sleeping with, what gender they are, what they identify as, and they actually ask. It really reminds me of syphilis for some reason because they ask all the same questions when it comes to because syphilis is so extreme and it can be, and sometimes untreatable, and it can be chronic. So it makes it's HIV as well. It makes sense, but I've never really experienced that before because I am on PrEP and HIV negative, and now I
Same
get it.
here. So we can have
Yeah,
bareback sex. Yay.
yes, but you can have bareback sex, but PrEP only prevents HIV, and
I
it
know,
leads
which is
to
so funny because so many gay guys think that PrEP prevents all the STIs. I'm like, huh? What? Who said that? I feel like that meme. Who said that? Who said that?
yeah, and just it comes back to ignorance and lack of
Yeah,
intelligence, and we can't blame them for that because a lot of people, I mean, you have to be
that's
educated in the way
true.
that you know how to be educated, and a lot of people,
Hmm.
a lot of like verbiage and a lot of social media campaigns out there, they don't do that job for people. And that's what the issue is. Oh, you can get on PrEP today for free, and I'm like, but what
For
else? Because
free?
yes, most of the time it is free in the United States,
Okay, okay. That's fair. Here in Canada, it is covered by universal health care, which is amazing.
which we
And
don't
which
have.
is. Oh, I know. I'm sorry, baby. You can have some of
I,
mine.
let me tell you, I got my bill from the hospital because I don't have insurance, and it was $4,000.
For how. What? What?
It was
Huh?
4,000 US. Yes, because when you're in
4,000
the
for
hospital
what?
to get tested for monkeypox, but what you don't know when you're in the hospital is that they test you for everything in the book.
What the fuck? I just want monkeypox. Why do I have to get tested for everything else?
Yes, $4,000. They want to make sure that you're not positive for any other STI or STD. And I'm like, I didn't ask for that. I asked for one thing,
Oh
and
my
they charged me four thousand
god.
dollars. But you know
That
what?
is.
I don't blame the hospital. I don't blame the hospital. I blame the county because the county is who referred me
Mm,
to that hospital. So,
mm.
I have a call in like an hour with the county. I'm sitting on a panel to talk about all these things because they seem to have no idea what's going on. And that's just United States for you.
That's so. Oh my god. Like, why does your government just want to kill you all? First, you overturn Roe v. Wade. Now they're just gonna like send you into financial ruin for a simple test. Oh my
It's
god.
hilarious. It's hilarious because I've been having a lot of like heterosexual dreams lately, and I post that on my social media, and someone
How
commented on it.
dare you?
And
How dare
someone
you?
commented on it and said it's you saw it here. Monkeypox causes heterosexuality, and I'm like,
No.
it must be in the virus because
Mm-mm.
they're
Yeah,
trying
it
to
must
kill
be the
us
virus.
off.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to kill off all the gay people. I swear
Yeah,
to God, I would rather K word myself before I turn hetero. Ugh. Oh,
absolutely.
no. Boring. Breeders.
Or
Oh
I
my
know.
God. What's the current treatment for monkeypox right now? Or is it just
Um,
sequestering?
in the United States, you can get T-pox, but it's only if you have severe, like symptoms. There's a lot of people in Dallas that have found it hard to swallow, and also use the bathroom because they have lesions inside of their mouth, penis, and rectum. So
Ah,
T-pox is more recommended for people that are experiencing those. And I also, if people don't know, T-pox has not been tested in humans. It's only been tested in small animals. So, and it's not FDA approved. So for
mm,
humans.
mm,
Um,
mm, mm.
so really everyone's taking a risk here by getting T-pox. The other resolution to this is getting the vaccine if you haven't been, diagnosed as positive with monkeypox. And as vaccines ramp up, more counties are getting them. One thing I want to highlight, though, is specific to Dallas County that is very annoying to me, is that in order for someone to get a vaccine, the person that exposed them to monkeypox has to call on their behalf.
What?
Yes,
What?
yes.
What?
Not only are you breaching all kinds of protocols because you're not supposed to disclose public health information, you're asking someone to go out of their way to prove that they need a vaccine. And usually, when people call for a vaccine, they need the vaccine.
What
It's
is with
not,
all these unnecessary extra steps? I just want to get fucking cured.
I don't know.
What? That's
I
so
no idea.
stupid. That's
It is.
truly ridiculous. You know what is interesting though is that even though we gay men are bearing the crux of these outbreaks, these new infections. It's interesting because I work in a bathhouse and
Oh, work.
there is, yeah, right. And
Yes.
there is nobody I see more concerned about their sexual health and monkeypox than gay men. Because I'm there in my booth and handing out condoms and brochures on PrEP and whatever else is on sexual health. And it used to be all about like chlamydia or sorting cocaine or whatever other STI. But lately, every single question I've been getting from the bathhouse guests are all about monkeypox. So this just goes to show that gay men are, yeah, you're blaming all of us for this stupid fucking outbreak, but it's gay men who are carrying the responsibility of watching over the outbreak because we know that you're going to blame it on us. So we're going to have to do our very best to like, reduce the amount of outbreak that we possibly can. So I was at the clinic one time and then all I saw were like you can't really tell if someone's gay, but like I was over at the clinic where they're offering monkeypox shots, and everyone was like wearing a floral tank top and short shorts and white shoes. So I was like, okay.
What? Babe, one thing I saw on TikTok the other day was someone filming themselves they're in line for the monkeypox vaccine.
Yeah.
And they were like, although the line's on, Grinder is popping.
Oh my god!
I'm like, you fucking bitch. I swear.
Oh my god! It's so funny because when Pfizer and Moderna were like just releasing their things, all the Grinder profiles were changing to like double vaxxed, ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh no!
They didn't waste no time. They're like, let's go.
Let's fucking go!
Yes.
Oh my god! But I feel so sorry because like for the people who have never had or who have had monkeypox and like don't know where it came from, I'm so sorry because I just came from a sex party and I'm still negative. There were like 20 people at the sex party and I never got it. So like there's really just no definitive way to find out where this is coming from or how we're contracting it.
It could come from clothes. It could come from bed sheets. It could stay
Right.
back to someone. It could come from your pet. It could come.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes from like long-term contact with something.
Yeah.
Like it could be anything. Now they're saying
Yeah.
it's like you can inhale it. I'm like,
No,
okay.
wrong.
I'm like, I can't just breathe on somebody and they get monkeypox. This is not COVID-19. This is not a SARS virus. This is not an mRNA virus. Like this.
Ortho
Stop scaring people into staying home. I think it's honestly, this might be a conspiracy, but I think it's all a governmental ploy to keep people at home.
It
and,
really is. It really is.
like, it's too much.
Yeah. This is their new way of trying to get us all to work from home so that we all drive ourselves insane. But like, I'll show you, government. I'm going to fuck every single guy I ever meet.
And record it.
And record it on the Moan app.
Okay. I know. And people actually do that. It's crazy.
Which is, you know what? Good for you. I recently just
Yes.
recorded an episode where I just had like a 2-hour fuck session with a fuck buddy of mine, and I hit record on my podcast app, and then we just talked. We just were like, yeah. I'll let you. I'll let you get a preview.
Yes.
So hot, and maybe, hey, Kevin, like if you get the chance to come here, part two of this interview, we'll have the best sex of her life, and I'm pretty sure it would be amazing sex because I only am attracted to people who are smart and just like full of insight. And
What about tall? I'm really tall. What about tall?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
Ooh. Ooh. I need to change my underwear. Be right back. And we're back.
We're gonna break to commercial really fast.
Yeah, and we're gonna break, and I'm gonna get off this sticky chair because oh boy. See you on the other side of this commercial.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yes!
Do you like feeling sexy and looking sexy? Of course you do. Only my listeners are sexy as fuck. I have partnered with fetishwear designer Dale Kuda to bring you the hottest deals on custom jock straps, harnesses, hats, and more. head over to dalekuda.com, that's DALEKUDA.com, and use code SEXEDWITHTIM at checkout for 25% off the entire store. Yeah, you heard me. 25% off. And cherry on top, free shipping. Oh my god. I have a few of the stuff that he has made for me, and girl, I'm wearing it right now. I'm wearing like a little jock strap so that I could easily just like slip a little butt plug or dildo every now and then here and there. And I'm on the train. I'm just like, thank you, Dale. That's dalekuda.com with the code SEXEDWITHTIM for 25% off your entire purchase with free shipping. With a deal like that, I swear I could come buckets, honey.
The show is about to begin.
Yes.
Holy crap, 6'5". Okay, I am but a mere 5'9". Is that going to be okay, Kevin?
Perfect.
Oh,
No,
yay! I do not.
Guys.
Oh, yay! And you know what? Short kings. We need more short king representation.
And I also don't like white guys, so perfect.
Perfect. Neither do I, because I mean, yeah, white people, white gays, bless your hearts, truly. I'm just so tired of seeing no fats, no femmes, and these fucking like. I recently saw the wildest profile of trying to bypass the race preference thing, because like for anyone listening that's not on Grindr, there are some very bold statements made on Grindr where they're like not into Asians or whatever. I saw this one profile from a white who said blue and green eyes only.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh my.
Very specific.
Yeah, like he really found a way to like this loophole for his racial preferences, which are not a thing. It's just racism. Like
So
wow.
basically, this is you're looking for a narcissist. Got it. Great.
Yeah, which I love. I love a red flag. That's my favorite pride flag. Oh.
Same.
Which we will play near the end of the episode. I have a game called Red Flags, so we'll see how.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, how far are you willing to go for a man?
Oh, I'll go pretty far.
Oh my god. So if the people have not understood it by now, you and I are sinners. We are deviants, or otherwise known as very interesting people. Not like heterosexuals who are boring and you just have no life. I don't know how you have sex. I do not understand the mechanics of heterosexual intercourse. Keep it out of my children's mouths, please. Just don't teach it ever.
Yeah, and stop taking your kids to Hooters. It's very very.
That's so not cute.
Yeah, but I mean, but you can't take kids to drag shows for some reason, even though
Yeah, right.
you're not trying to sleep with your children.
We are the reverse Christian Walker. Do not take your kids to drag shows. You ghetto BLM nasty thugs.
I cannot believe. Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought up Christian Walker because I actually, I used to work at a gym in Dallas a few years ago, and he was someone that I saw a lot at Barry's boot camp, and. I knew then that he was a pretentious little twat. But,
yes.
It's just crazy to see his TikToks and see how he interacts on social media as like this pro red state flaming gay. Like I don't understand it. And he's like, I'm moving to a red state. And I'm like, do you not understand that Florida, out of all places you can move, that Florida is going to eat your ass alive?
Yeah.
Because your dad's political doesn't mean you're not going to get eaten alive. Because a lot of people already can't stand you.
Yeah.
But who does support him? It's all the white people.
Yes, because he's looking for white validation, and just like a lot of like far right wing gays who are like, please like me, please choose me, love me. I promise I will be the best gay ever. No more femininity. Make men masculine again. Like, shut the fuck up.
You can't tell Christian Walker to be not feminine. That's just in his blood.
I know. Like, did you see that video of him fully dancing in high heels? Like, thigh high, and he's dancing on the floor. I'll find it. I will send it to you. But, like, holy shit. It is the most insane thing for him to be like, Candace Owens is right. Make men masculine again. And I'm like, sis, you were fully dancing in high heels, and what do you mean? No. So I will send you the video shortly. I have it queued up here.
Please, I need to see this.
Yes, it is like, what do you mean make men masculine again? So exhausting. It's like, oh my god, how do you grow up gay and stupid? Well, for me, I am gay and stupid, but a different kind of stupid. I walk through life.
You're
I
not.
walk through life.
You're not portraying to be white. So
I can't. I mean, you know what? When I was a sex worker, I tried to play into this multiracial mixed race fantasy because I do have a not Asian sounding name, which is Timothy Lorenzo. So then I would go by my second name, Lorenzo, which is like, oh, is that Italian? Is that Spanish? And they ate that shit up.
oh, they
Kevin.
do. They think
Oh
you're
my god.
foreign or any kind
Yeah.
of foreign nation.
Yeah.
They're like,
I'm like, I must have. And also because, so I was a sex worker from the age of 19 to 23. And so that means I had just come out of high school. And as an adult and a baby face and this beautiful melanin skin, I really played into the babiness of and the fetishization of my features. So my high school uniform still fit me because I went to a Catholic high school. So man, those CEOs, they ate that shit up with a fucking silver spoon. They're like, oh yes, and let me help you live out your, I guess, daddy fantasy, your incest fantasy. Like, I'm here, and I'll play any role that you want me to do. Like, I played innocent Japanese schoolboy. I was like, okay, or another one thought, I don't know how he got to this, but he thought I was like Mediterranean or like Greek. So I was like, Paracalo, posise. And then he was like, oh, you speak Greek? I'm like, just a little. So they are eating that shit up. I was wondering if you have any of like crazy sex worker stories on your end.
do I?
Yeah, let's trade.
Yes. So here's the fucked up piece of it. Okay. So I started escorting when I was 16. I know, very young. And actually,
wow, baby.
I still escort. So about 11 years, I think. I think that's math. Yeah, 11 years.
Yeah, we're gay. We can't do math, so we have to
Apparently, we
calculate
can't do anything. So
No, we can't.
Um,
We're useless.
Yeah, so my first client when I was on Grindr when I wasn't supposed to be, was actually with someone that gave me my first job. And so I love to give credit to my escorting when I was a younger boy, just because I wouldn't be anywhere where I'm at today without that. And it's crazy to think that growing up 16 years old in a small town in Texas, that sounds horrible, right?
A nightmare. Ugh.
And it was. But as I evolved into an adult and got to Dallas, I moved to Dallas when I was 18, because I was an escort and I had a job and I got help to get here. I grew up in a very poor family, and I didn't have as many resources then, and so I had to do what I had to do to
Survive.
get out of poverty. And I knew from a very young age I was not meant for that small town. I was not meant to retire there. I was just not meant to be there. And so I did what I had to do to get here. And if I think about crazy escort stories,
Like, it doesn't have to be crazy, but like, what are some of your favorite moments in escorting? Because a lot of the times we sex workers are asked, what do you hate about it? Or does it suck? Let's talk about the positiveness of it. Like, what
yes.
do you like about it?
I
Favorite clients?
I don't think that I would have learned my self-worth if I didn't do it. And I think that's probably the most positive thing that I've learned from this experience, is just learning how to love myself and also being a chameleon. and learning how to navigate different settings. Not a lot of people have that gift. So I think it can be a learned behavior, but it takes a special person to be able to do escorting without letting yourself succumb to the negative stigma around it. I mean, another one of my favorite things is being able to connect with people and heal them in a way that I need to be healed, because I have a lot of trauma from my childhood, and I grew up without.
Wow,
with
a gay child with trauma? New?
Can you believe it?
I could not. No.
My trauma doesn't have to do with like the fact that I was gay, but I actually my dad was really addicted to drugs when I was younger, and I actually lost a lot of my family members because of that. And not to get like too sad or too deep, but I actually lost my mom, my brother, and my sister to domestic violence when I was a kid. So I grew up without support, but I also grew up without a fatherly figure and a motherly figure. So I grew up without like a lot of things that people have today. And
You have to grow up quick.
Very quick. And also what I realized real quick is that I have to survive and survive the pattern and break the pattern. And so for me, when I was, when I escort, I do look for someone that can mentor me and someone that can help me become a better person. And at the end of the day, that's what I take from it. I do have fun. I get to travel the world, and I love being able to experience those things. But also I understand that I am white. I don't know if you know that or not, but I am white.
You're white? No.
Yes.
You're joking.
No, I'm not.
What? I will suck the remaining melanin off of your dick. Trust me.
I heard you say something earlier. You were like, I don't like white guys either, and I'm like, well, is he in for a surprise?
No. I don't have a racial preference. I just don't like. When I say I don't like white guys, I don't like their attitude. They're holier than thou, whites only. Yeah, but you're one of the good ones, Kevin. You're one of the good whites.
I went through the trenches, and not a lot of white people do that.
Also, you're 6'5", so I guess everything is bigger in Texas.
Everything is bigger in Texas. Don't believe it, though.
As evidenced by the two big dicks right behind me.
I didn't even see that. Oh my god.
So this non-melanated one is Richard, aka Dick, and this beautiful chocolate penis over here is Jackson, as in Jax on, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Richard and Jackson. We love a motif. Yeah. Do you have any favorite stories with clients that you've had?
I have one that always comes to mind when someone asks me this, and it's there was a guy that I met I want to say 3 years ago, and he's still one of my very good friends, and one of my clients still. And I met him in a time where I was doing good and he was doing bad, and I was struggling with drug abuse and struggling with living in a false marriage and not being loved, and like all these things that hetero couples go through when they are not honest with themselves.
Oh, he's hetero. Yeah. I've had those quote unquote heteros. Yeah, yes. I get it.
He was in a marriage where his wife didn't show him any love or show him any affection, and he had been cheating on her for. Oh, that sounds horrible. He had been hiring escorts to kind of navigate that, which I understand it happens all the time. But I was able to. I wouldn't say I was the only one able to help him, but I feel like I was a prominent figure in his life to navigate drug abuse, divorcing his wife, moving into his own place. Now he's in France. Like, it's just being able to help him in that way has really helped me. And, the positive outcome of that is just having someone to call and having someone to mentor you and you mentor them. Escorting is not always a one-sided thing, and it's not always about the person, honoring your body and like all these things that people think it is. It really is about the connection that you make with someone and how you can impact that person. And if you're smart, you will take that approach. They're not looking for just the sexual act. They can get that anywhere for free. Like there's several cum dumps everywhere that they can just unload in. They're looking for something more. And that's the most positive thing I've taken out of my experiences. And also just really love being flown across the states and the world.
I love a good vacation. There's perks. There's a benefit.
Absolutely. But I will also say that I do have white privilege, and I am predominantly chosen over black people and over people that are not white.
Yeah.
And I do have a privilege with that. And so not all escorts and not all sex workers have that same experience. And I understand that because I am white.
Yeah, and you're tall and you're gorgeous, and stop me anytime if you're tired of me complimenting you.
Hey,
And you're
I don't want to hear any excuses anymore. You can sell your feet pics online and make millions of dollars. So I don't want to hear shit.
oh my god.
Go get and post those feet pics. Pretend to be a woman and post those feet pics. It does work.
Yeah. Hit me up because I do nails, some pretty fingers and toes. So
Yes.
let me give you some acrylics. What are some of the things that you found that you weren't able to do, but you could actually do it in your escorting experience?
Make friends. I thought it would
Mm.
be I thought it would be a very lonely world, and although it does have that sometimes, um, I've been able to make friends with people and also connect with other escorts and sex workers and provide resources. I never thought I would be able to do that, especially before I got into my field. But being able to like link people to prep and link my clients to prep, they've never even heard of prep, and they're hiring
So
escorts.
wild.
Yes, and it's like you need to protect yourself. You need to honor your health because that's more important. We need you around for a long time. Okay.
Yeah. Unless you're an ignorant white man, then go ahead, die in a ditch. I do not care.
Yeah. Oh.
But give me all your money first before you go. Thank you.
Put me in your will, please. Thank you.
I actually ended up in a client's will. Did you know that?
Yes,
I
that's the goal.
it was really odd because I was sitting in I don't know what you call it, like the settlement of the will, like the estate and everything, and then he put some assets under my name, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about sitting in this boardroom with your wife and kids. Ooh, I was
You're
not aware.
you're a friend.
I'm a
Hello.
friend. I'm just a friend. A mentee.
And if you're in somebody's will, that must mean you got good pussy. So I don't.
I mean, I do not mean to brag. That is from the words of the eminent Kevin Davis. Uh, I do have the record of being the tightest asshole in the Greater Toronto Area,
Yes. Okay.
and I am a versatile queen. So
Oh, so
I
there
will
you go.
go. I will go either way. So make a plan of action right now, Kevin. How you want to
Uh,
approach me?
Well, my plan of action is to not bottom. So
Okay, that's fine. I can
there's that.
bottom. I can bottom for you. I have in all the years of sex I've ever had as a bottom, I have only had a mess 3 times, and I have been bottoming since oh boy, 20 years old. I'm 29 now, so
Oh wow.
3 years and
So
a
a
9 year
whole
run. Yeah, a whole lot of
yeah,
nothing. Squeaky clean.
that's good. But
Yeah,
also let's normalize the fact if you do end up making a
yeah,
mess.
it's fine. Shit happens.
Yes. And also if the top doesn't like that, they should never be inside of you anyway.
Mhm.
So it
Well,
happens. And honestly, I'm the type of top that's like, fuck it, I'm gonna push through and I am here for a reason.
perfect.
So
I
yes.
I promise you a very good time in bed with me, Kevin. I promise. I know how to do a Kegel.
If I'm traveling to Toronto, it better be.
The first thing we'll do is fuck at Pearson Airport. Um,
Okay.
uh, so does that mean that you are like a full service escort? Like you go have sex with your clients, or are you more of like the companionship type of escort?
I think monkeypox actually taught me a lot and it made me realize I'm more of a companion because I had a lot
Mm.
more than like my normal support. I had more support from my clients than anyone else, family, friends.
Oh,
Yes, and I've been able to survive the weeks of isolation without having a job and without student loans because of those companions that I do have. I do have sex with my clients, but it really is up to me. I get paid no matter what.
yeah.
So
Because
I like
that's the thing a lot of people misconstrue is that you're paying for the escort's time, not what the activities. Yeah. But yeah, sorry. Go
And
ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, there have been times where, my clients have been mad at me and, have to navigate that. But at the end of the day, it's up to me. And if I don't feel comfortable doing that in that moment, I'm still gonna get paid no matter what. and you still don't
Yeah.
come back because you didn't get it.
Cash up front. Or in my case, I know because I don't want as much transference of material as possible, I just have my Square app with me and charge right away.
Okay. The way that I navigate that, like I've learned, and this isn't for everyone, like I said, but I learned that when you don't do the whole charge up front, it's less of a strain on the experience. And you just have to learn, I mean, just like they have to learn how to trust you, you
Yeah.
have to learn how to trust them. And
Yep.
know
Took
that
me a
they're
while.
going to come through. And if they don't come through, you come for their belongings and you come for their, livelihood, like their wives and kids, and they'll
Yep.
pay.
I have so much tea on because most of my clients back when I was escorting were like high up the corporate ladder. They were like vice presidents, CEOs, religious leaders.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I had a lot of tea, which is why I charged so much for the higher ups rather than like the regular every day you
Right.
meet in the club. And yeah, it was it took some navigating, and also I I like didn't have as much sex as people think I was having. Like if I were to give it a number, I'd say 60% non-sexual, 40% sexual.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
mine's about the same.
Right? Because a lot of people hire us for the companionship of it because they don't know how to explore a specific side of their sexuality, or sometimes they just want a shoulder to cry on. I got paid for an hour because this lady was like complaining her grandkids aren't calling her anymore, and I'm like, okay, I can listen, I can engage in this conversation, and like I can act. Right? It's like, oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that, please tell me
We're
more about it.
actors. We have
Yeah.
so many talents.
I didn't come out until I was 21, so I acted straight for 20 years. I
Are
know.
you kidding me?
Isn't that so late? Like,
That's just wrong. Like,
I
it's
know.
not.
Which is why I have so much catching up to do, which is why I have so much sex, because I wanted to do all
As
the
you should.
things. I was right.
Even if you
Uh,
didn't have catching up to do, you should still be having a lot of sex because it's healthy and you don't want to kill yourself.
Exactly.
If you don't have sex, you're depressed. Let's
Yeah.
just be real.
I mean, I'm depressed even if I have a lot of sex, but um, thank you. Thank you, Xanax. Thank you, Oxy. I do have the sex that I want. I have as much sex as I want. I'm never depleted sexually. And I have learned through escorting that it's not a source of my worth, right? Like that's why I fell out of escorting, because I was so dependent on sex work as a barometer for my value as a person. And that's not healthy.
You have to separate that, and you have to, everything in your life is compartmentalized.
Yeah,
You have to learn how to separate your worth from your work. If
exactly.
that makes
No, it makes absolute perfect sense, because that's exactly what's going through my head, that if I'm not a good sex worker, I am not a good person. And that was like, I had to
It's
unpack.
wrong.
I know, I had to unpack that in well, okay, to contextualize this, is I went into sex work a few months after I got raped by my boyfriend, who is now gone. But I was tying so much of my sexual experience to my self-worth, and I'm like, okay, I should have as much sex as possible. The only so that I know that I'm a good person, so that that one experience did not define me. So what's my avenue to having as much sex as possible? Be an escort, right? And it like exhausted me. It was not fulfilling. I mean, I do not regret sex work whatsoever, and it helped shape me to the person that I am. But what I do understand now is the reason I went into sex work is wrong. I went into sex work thinking I can find my value as a person if I'm a sex worker, if I'm a good sex worker.
I wouldn't say it's wrong. I would say it helped you learn that you were
Right.
combining the two
Yeah.
together.
And it,
Also, everybody deals with their trauma differently. I
yeah,
wouldn't say you went into sex work with the wrong intentions. I just think you were trying to find your way. And
that's true.
that's what a lot of people that participate in sex work, that's what they're trying to do. Like
Hmm.
it's either make it survive or have fun or just navigate the trauma that they've been
Yeah.
through. And to me, it's you're getting therapy and you're making money getting therapy.
That's true.
It's complete opposite from what they want you to do, but it works.
That's true. That's true. And I was in a way like a pseudo therapist to a lot of my clients. I had one client who didn't know how to express his desire for releasing control. So there was one time the session was just me carrying him in my lap, and he's an older gentleman too, and he was wearing a diaper and just rocking back and forth the entire time because he just did not want to be the high power CEO for an hour. He just wanted to like
let it all go.
Yeah, let it all go. And whatever he got from that, I visibly saw in him because like there were tears, there were like, you know, me going like, Daddy loves you, Daddy's here, you know, and
I'm not trying to laugh, I swear.
no, it's fine. Laugh. It's objectively, it's a funny thing. But internally, whatever that guy was going through, he got something out of my session. So I wish him well. I don't know where he is now. Yeah. So it's nice.
He paid for therapy.
Did you ever? He paid for therapy. I charged $500 for the hour. So
and it was probably worth the $500 because not a single fucking therapist out there will do that. So
exactly right. And then you know there's my regular clients who are like, all right, fine, I'll cut it in half for you, $250. I have also seen escorts who charge by the orgasm, and I was like, what? This guy was like, I should have charged you twice because you came twice. I'm like, what? What do you? That doesn't. That's not a good escort. That's.
I mean, do you, boo?
Yeah.
But it won't work out in the long run. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, it did not work out in the long run. I hope he.
One thing I have not quite understood is how escorts can have multiple clients a day instead of focusing on a good.
I did that. It burned me out. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it just does something to your body. Like you just have to be smart.
Yeah.
I don't know. People want to make money. I get it. But is money worth your mental instability?
No,
it never is.
Yeah. I went fucking insane. At one point I had, that's 3 in a day. There's 7 days in a week. So
21.
3 times 21. Thank you, calculator. Kevin Calculator Davis.
He was rich.
Bitch. So that went on. So it's 21 in a
I'm gonna do
week.
the math right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Wait, so it's 21 in a week, and then there's 4 weeks in a month. So 21.
I'm just gonna say times. We'll just do like a 250 rate because So 21 times 250. That's 1 week. Oh, times 4. Girl, that is $21,000 a month.
Yeah, that was how much. That's how much I made in 1 month, at least. Those are the regulars, but then I had like the higher ups. So multiply that times 2. So
more than this.
40. So 21 times 2. That's $42,000 in a month. And
I mean,
rolling in dough, but I was going insane. My mental health, my mental health was just like not in a good place. I was like, I had to act like I was liking this at one point, and I was just like,
the more money that comes in, the more money that goes out. So you get all this money, you still spend it. It's not just stockpiling.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that escorts live a lavish life, but no, babe, we're still paying our fucking bills.
Right.
Jesus. Like, what do you mean we're rich? And like, yeah, we get all these treats and everything. I had my sugar daddy who put me on vacations, but like, I still have bills to pay at the end of the day. So yeah, it's insane. But at the end of the day, I do not regret it one bit because it made me the person that I am today. And I hope that if anyone here is listening right now and you're also a sex worker, don't regret it. Just enjoy the experience as much as you possibly can. And when you're ready to go, leave escorting like I did, at least you're making a decision that's for you and not because you're pressured into it.
Absolutely.
Right.
And business-wise, always make sure you have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Because if you want to leave, you want to do it for good.
This world is not meant for sex workers, and we have to change that. Truly.
I agree, but personally, I think it's going to take a long time to do that.
Yep.
Especially with all the white conservatives in office.
Correct.
Everything's so political. It's like we can't get any like actual good work done because of who's currently in power. And although it sounds very harsh, but we're not going to get any work done until they die. Like that's just it is what it is.
Any assassins out there want to start a revolution?
Honestly, I'm surprised Donald Trump is still alive. Like,
Yeah, let's murder him. That's the straightest thing I'll ever do. Murder.
the only person I've ever thought about murdering is Yolanda Saldivar. That's it.
There we go. See, and whatever this person did, they deserve.
You don't know. You don't know who Yolanda Saldivar is?
I'm dumb, Kevin. I'm dumb. Remember, I'm stupid.
She's the woman. She's the woman that killed Selena.
Oh, I'm a bad gay. Can I clarify that? I'm the worst gay ever.
Oh my god!
I'm an awful gay. I swear to you. There are some days where I feel gay as fuck. There's some days where I don't feel gay. Like
you won't be a terrible gay when I'm done with you.
Okay. I hope to learn. Hey, you know what? You got two very experienced escorts in the same bedroom together. Shit's gonna happen.
The sex is gonna be good.
The sex is gonna be amazing, and it's gonna go on for at least 5 hours.
You're experienced with sex.
Yeah, we're experienced. You know what? I feel like this is a good time to transition into our games.
Oh yes,
because we are so experienced. So this segment of the show I call Naughty or Nice because I want the guests to choose whether they want to go naughty first or nice first. So what do you want? Naughty or nice?
Nice, because I like to be naughty more.
Okay, sure. So let's go nice. So the nice portion of the game is brought to you by, do you know the And Project? Those videos where couples look at each other and have these very deep conversations. This is the sex version of the game. So it's called Honest X or something like that. It's brought to you by the people of the And Project. And I have two questions here I want to ask you. And yeah, they're very wholesome actually. So the first question I have here is outline the roadmap to seducing you.
Oh, okay.
It's for my benefit as well, so I know how to turn you on. Right?
It really is. So you should listen.
I'm taking notes.
Okay. I think, oh God, there is nothing better than when a bottom lets you know that they are ass up waiting for you and it's all yours for the grabbing and the taking. I love the dark room, red room scenario. When I'm out in public, the best way to seduce me is by not talking to me because I hate when people talk to me that don't know me. I know
Ignore me.
Really hard.
Ignore me.
Ignore me, please.
That's so sexy.
Don't make eyes at me. I like the chase a little bit.
Yeah. Call me the F slur, please.
Also have your shit together because there can't be two of us being hot messes at the same time. And also don't do drugs. Like I can't stand a methed out queen. I get it and I don't, and that's just my own personal opinion.
Which is fine. You know what? Do drugs, but please do not do it in front of me. I feel very
You can do them in front of me. I just don't want to see the behavior.
Oh yeah. No, for me, I get uncomfortable because one time I had a client who did just 2 shots into his arm in front of me, and I felt like my boner went down. I was like,
I get that.
Yeah, I was like, But hey, you know what? I fit all those boxes, Kevin.
Do you?
I have a pretty juicy ass. I love to get my ass up in the air, and then you can just ram right in there. And I won't talk to you if you don't want me to. I will.
I don't mind the talking. It's just the scenario of the experience.
Oh, I see.
And also, there's one other thing that I just absolutely love, and it's wet hole.
Oh, perfect. My hole is constantly wet because of an infection, but I'm kidding.
Or previously used. I love me a good cum dump. And honestly, one of my biggest fetishes in the world is fisting. And so if I can find me a fisting bottom that's looking for a relationship, you already have my heart. So
Well, you're in luck. I literally do all that. So
No way.
yeah, I have been a fisting
Yes.
bottom. My pronouns are cum dump, and yeah. So I think you know what? I'm
I
rock
liked
hard.
you.
I'm rock hard
Yeah.
right now, Kevin. I'm
Oh
truly
my
rock.
god.
The audience will never know, but I am rock solid as a rock. Um, so you better get your ass to Toronto right now after this recording.
Well,
Buy a ticket.
now that I'm clear from monkeypox, I can travel anywhere, baby. I got my medical
Oh my god!
release.
And you know
So-
what? You know what? I'm also not the kind of gay to be callous about sex. I will like treat you. I am a good bottom and a good top. I'll treat you like to an aftercare thing. Like let's go to the aquarium and or I don't know.
You know what? You know why you do that?
Hmm.
Because you escorted.
Yes.
You know how to take care of people now, baby.
Yeah, like and like because I'm a people pleaser. No, no. But like I just genuinely care for my sexual partners, even if it is casual sex, because just because we're casually fucking, it is not an excuse to treat people casually. And
Oh, yeah.
like that's so mean for people to be like, bye, go. And I'm like, there's a nicer way to say that. It's like, I think I've had my fill. It's time for us to go our separate ways. You know?
Unless they like feeling that way.
I mean, yeah, like consensually, yeah, that's fine. But like for me, I'm like, I'll let you know ahead of time that like this is the intention I'm setting forward for this experience, and I hope that's okay with you. Let's just have a fun time, right? Like, let's not be so like, all right, you can go, or here I'm calling your Uber now. I'm like, oh, okay,
This is why I don't host, because I like to leave. Because
yeah.
first of all, you're not going to be trapped in my apartment, and I'm not going to be trapped in yours or wherever you're at. I want to make my own choices. I like being in control. When I don't like being in control, I'm in a relationship, so I choose that.
I am
You
the
know.
same. I'm the same. I don't like to host. It's just like, yeah. But you know what? Hey, since you're coming here, we'll rent out a hotel room
We'll
or
have to
something.
figure it out.
I promise I'm a good partner. I'm a people pleaser. Okay, so the next question I have here is, when it comes to your sex life, what do you want most right now at this stage in your journey?
To have sex, because I have not been able to have sex in 3 weeks. So that is
Now who's the bad
number
gay?
one of
Now who's the bad gay? Huh? Huh?
I know.
I haven't had sex in 3 hours and I'm already fiending right now. No, I'm kidding.
That is literally me. I could have sex 8 times a day and I still wouldn't be satisfied. Like,
Yeah, just horny as
I'm
fuck.
always yes, and it's hard to find bottoms I can keep up with that. So it's difficult.
Hi.
Oh, well, I met one. Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
nice to meet you. I literally charged an overnight because he just wanted to top me for 24 hours straight. So
You should charge overnight if they just want to sleep with you.
that's true.
Like,
yeah.
First of all, the thing here's another thing with clients. If any clients are out there listening, just because you purchase an overnight with one of us does not mean I'm fucking you the whole night. I need to sleep.
Yeah, I also need.
The fuck?
I'm a person actually. I'm not I advertise myself as
food.
a cum dumb. I need sustenance.
Yeah.
Shit. I need a shower. Fuck. God
Okay.
damn. Oh my god. Treat
Right.
us like a person, not just your fuck toy. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Sometimes
can always
it's
charge
fine.
for that.
Yeah, to be treated like a person. Yeah, true.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next half of the game is the naughty part, which is red flags. I'm going to give you 3 traits in a date, and you have to convince me why I should go out on this date. Okay?
Okay.
So the first guy is you will never gain weight while you date them. He'll never blame me for anything, but he takes me to couples therapy on the first date.
Oh shit. So wait, is that 3 things or 2?
These are 3, and the
Okay.
third one being the red flag.
So you want me to convince you to go on this date?
Yes.
What was the second one?
He never blames me for anything.
I think I would go on that one. Because
Yeah.
both of y'all are going to gain weight in a relationship. That's unavoidable at this point.
Uh, uh, but like the couples therapy one, Kevin, like that's a little like
First of
he'll
all, if you fucking throw that at me, I'm gonna run you over with my car. Like that's not. That
takes
is
me
not
to
happening.
couples
That means
therapy.
no ass therapy. I get therapy. You need therapy.
Oh my god,
So,
no, I would shit myself. That's terrifying. Okay,
ooh, nope.
fine. Uh, I all right, I'll give it a chance. You've convinced me. Then again, I am a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn. Um,
Uh, make sure you get that.
get those shots.
Need that disco, baby.
Right. The last date I want you to convince me to go on is that he gives the best hugs. He cooks all of my favorite food, but he Tinders during sex.
He what?
Tinders, like he's on Tinder while fucking.
Oh hell no! Oh
No, you're supposed to convince me. Yes.
okay. I think the food thing is huge. I love food. So if he's feeding you one way, the other way doesn't really matter. Like,
Okay. But even if he's on Tinder the entire time.
I mean, honestly, Tinder might be better than watching porn the whole time. I can't stand a person that watches porn while fucking.
Oh my god, that's true.
Right.
Guys who need porn to
Swiping
have
through
sex
people
with.
that haven't said yes. You're swiping through people that haven't said yes to you. So
Yeah. Also, if you watch porn while you're having sex, you're weak. You're unable to enjoy the experience.
Weak.
You're weak.
that is one
Weak.
thing that turns me off almost more than drug use, is the porn in the background.
Porn during sex.
Not
Yeah.
stand that.
True. You are weak.
Yes,
Learn
it's
how to
horrible.
control
I'm like,
your erection. Get in the moment, Heaney. But you know what? Whatever.
First of
Fine.
all, I'm
If
gonna fuck you better than all those dudes on that
Yeah.
video. So
You know what? I'm going to rent out the biggest room at the bathhouse for you and me, Kevin, because this is
oh my gosh,
This-
does it come with 2 beds, like put
it
together?
comes with it. So in the bathhouse here in Toronto, it's or the one that I work at Steamworks, it's huge. It's got floor to ceiling mirrors. It's got bars on the ceiling, so like if you want to suspend something or someone, and it comes with its own sling, and a huge like Cali King bed, and
yes.
rather than a door, they're jail bars.
Love that.
Yeah.
You saw how my eyes got? I
Yeah, they like popped out of your head.
was
Oh
like,
my
whoa.
God. Yeah. So
People can look through if they want to.
yeah. Yep.
Fuck yes.
Yep. But they can never go
Wow.
in. That they can never go in because it's a jail bar.
I mean, sometimes that's all you need. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, look, love that. I love Steamworks. I love Steamworks.
Yeah.
So
I love working for them, and I love interacting with all the people, and just like seeing the work that you and I do in the sexual health sphere. It like gives me pause in the sense that like it really isn't too late. We're here. The young people are truly making a change in the world, especially on the queer front, and I look forward to it, even though the world's gone to shit and all these heat waves are coming through. Thank you, climate change. But at least there's some hope that the young ones like you and me, we're truly making the changes out there and doing the work, and that just makes me horny.
right. I agree. It makes me super happy, and also just to be very brash when it comes to, with the way the world is evolving and like climate change and all these things. When it comes to survival of the fittest, they're gonna kill us first.
Yeah.
So we need to.
Band together.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't reproduce? Kill.
Who
That's
said
exactly.
I wanted kids? Who said I want that?
I know, but I mean, we live in a world full of crooked ass people, and we will be the ones to go first. So I
Yeah.
think it's important for us to stand together and just like show them that we are nurturers and we are caring, and we just like to have fun, and you're jealous of us.
Yeah,
Like,
you're jealous.
sorry.
You wish you were us. You can't live this fantasy. You can't afford this fantasy.
No, you can't. Especially with all those damn kids.
Yeah, like, why do people even have kids anymore? Ugh, they ruin your life. Or whatever.
They
I don't
do.
know. Anyways, Kevin, this has been such an amazing conversation, and if I may be so bold, I want to say I love you. And I wish the best for you.
I
I
love you
truly
too.
am so happy to have made this connection, and I do hope that we get to connect and fuck each other's brains out. I'm
Oh,
trying to say that as wholesome as possible, but
you, you said
seriously,
you said you were hard earlier. So was
yeah,
I.
yeah. Oh, okay, I love it. In all seriousness, I was actually, and I still am. But Kevin, I can't wrap up. I'm blushing.
Wrap up, Queen. You have to.
I don't like to wrap up anything, but if
Don't either.
please, can you make like a butt and plug away anything that you want the audience to find?
Yes. Just a message before I leave. Love yourself, take care of yourself, honor yourself, and heal yourself. I think those are all important things when it comes to yourself. And I think that it's super important to do that before you do anything else. And you can't really dedicate your time and your love and your compassion to other people until you do that. And the world needs it. So I think that anyone listening should not only take my advice, but use it and help other people because we all need help during this time. And if if you want to find me, all my social medias are all Kevin Chadwin Davis. I'm the only one with the name, so it won't be hard.
Don't wear it out. It won't be hard, but it will be hard. Well, again, thank you, Kevin Chadwin Davis. I'm gonna say your full name in bed. Kevin Chadwin Davis. No, but seriously, Kevin, thank you so much for coming on the show. Hopefully you come on my face. And to all the listeners that have made it this far into this chaotic ass conversation, please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to wherever you get your podcast. Click that follow, 5 stars, and do whatever it is that you need to do to support queer content, because this is
Yes.
great, accurate, and entertaining, and just funny information. And your life sucks without it. So with that, I want to wish you all a very good night, and I will see you at the next episode. Bye. Mwah! Thanks for listening to the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. Sex Ed with Tim is created and produced by me, Tim Lagman. Music is Aces High by Kevin MacLeod. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GaySlutClown and at Sex Ed with Tim. You can also like and follow me on the Sex Ed with Tim Facebook page. If you enjoyed the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Even better, you can also support the show on Patreon, where you can get early access to ad-free episodes and more. Thanks for all your support, you dirty little slut. Mwah!